As of September 2024, streaming services are booming, with more companies launching their own streaming service. Even companies already having their streaming service are raising their prices and people are subscribing. So does that mean streaming is killing TV like what this video suggests or this video suggests? Is watching live sports isn't as important as watching a new Netflix show? Is watching live program media not important to the average audience anymore? Is late night shows dead with people rather watching a show on some streaming service? No, streaming isn't killing TV. Why? Because streaming and TV aren't the same. They don't provide the same material or do the same type of media whatsoever. On that note, even the TV shows are different, where cable serialized TV and streaming produced TV are completely different types of shows. Well then, why opinion like this video are trending? This is what I'm gonna explore today by watching one of these videos and breaking down the opinionated myth of streaming killing TV.
What the hell happened to TV? All your favorite shows are getting canceled, the few that do stick around make like 6 episodes every 2 years, and all the most popular shows are reruns from 20 years ago. I guess people are nostalgic for the good old days when you worked in an office and TV didn't fucking suck.
Now this is all controversial, dramatic and all, but I can't help but stop the video and wonder what the hell is coming out of his mouth. First of all, your shows are not being cancelled, they're only being less prioritized on TV. Think about this, most streaming shows are 90% of the time are shows on TV first. Max on HBO, Hulu on ABC. Now tell me, if TV sucked and no one watched it, why would they now prioritize streaming service over it?
He was such a cultural force that entire websites were devoted to recapping the previous night's episodes, and the shows themselves were genuinely incredible. You had cutting-edge dramas like Mad Men and Breaking Bad, crowd-pleasing comedies like Parks and Rec and New Girl, edgy satire like Veep and Eastbound and Down, and massive hits like Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead.
I love how he mentions Breaking Bad as golden TV era, when the 4th and 5th season, the most popular seasons of Breaking Bad, and when everyone started watching Breaking Bad, were on Netflix, and that's the actual reality of TV. It was never golden, as it's not golden now, either on streaming service or TV. Hell, people had barely premium shows on TV back in the day. The Sopranos and yes, Mad Men. Not much else. But cinema was booming though. Is cinema dead because now there's Netflix films?
When you open Netflix or Peacock or Max, you see a bunch of shows you've never heard of that nobody is talking about. I mean, which one of these is a real show and which one was mocked up by my producer Tony? You don't even fucking know! And once you finally find a show you like, it gets 2 6-episode seasons if you're lucky, and then it's canceled. I mean, what is this, England? Was the Boston...
So let me get this right. Streaming is killing TV, and somehow the only thing it copies from TV, somehow not doing a great job at it? No, nothing gonna get only 2 seasons and 6 episodes. I don't know where those numbers came from, but believe me, if a show is doing good, it's gonna get more seasons. If it's not doing so good, it's not gonna get more seasons.
The roof. And Netflix was looking for its next dinner. So they decided to storm the gates of Hollywood with a brand new business model, streaming. Netflix made the public a simple promise. For $8 a month, you could watch almost any show ever made whenever you wanted with no ads. This was an almost impossibly good deal, and the public...
I hate to fact check this guy so quick, but pretty sure Netflix back in 2010 had every show on their platform. And streaming wasn't a thing, so subscribing to Netflix for a lot of people was almost a bargain, not a privilege, as he makes it seem.
But this was a deadly mistake, because Netflix was never designed to be a sustainable model for a television network. It was designed to kill the television industry. It was a Trojan horse, containing within it...
Not really. Why? Like I said, streaming and TV don't do or provide the same material, so it's not a bargain of one hand you can watch TV or watch TV shows on streaming. TV is much more than what streaming offers, hence why it costs 10 times more to subscribe to a TV plan than streaming.
First up, we have Netflix's most famous invention, binge watching. You know, at first, binging was a cool novelty. Instead of waiting a week to watch your favorite show, you could gorge yourself on the whole thing right away. When House of Cards dropped, an executive I used to work with at College Humor bragged to the whole office that he watched the entire season the very...
And somehow, binge watching a show is not trendy anymore. You can binge a show or not, as I'm sure binging isn't what the cool kids do anymore. Yes, you could almost say binging is dead.
The fatal flaw at the heart of the streaming revolution was the death of the media brand. So, back in the old days, before Netflix, the big media companies divided themselves into multiple sub-brands, otherwise known as channels, each of which was for a different audience. As a teenager, I watched
Well, yes and no. True, some channels are designed for certain audiences. Take Adult Swim for example. But most are doing what Netflix are doing, which is providing content for most age groups. That's why I mentioned in my last video how it was crucial for CBS to hire a host popular with a young audience for the late night show, and that was Stephen Colbert.
with the streaming business model. See, Netflix's goal was to take over the world, but they did so by copying the most exclusive, least scalable business model in television, HBO. See, back when Netflix started, HBO was the most prestigious and admired network on television, so Netflix set out to copy them. CEO Ted Sarandos even said, the goal is for us to become HBO faster than HBO can become us. But at that time, HBO was just one small part of the television ecosystem. It was a premium status symbol paid for by rich people who didn't want to pollute their viewing with tawdry ads. HBO was so fancy, it was literally advertised as a perk at hotels. Ooh, how
The myth alarm, the myth alarm. This is the same thing happening when mentioned Golden TV relating to Breaking Bad. There is things when looking from today's viewpoint, it appears as it is the same from the time era. Breaking Bad was not the best show ever until after 2013 when it got popular on Netflix. Before that, no one watched Breaking Bad and there was no status symbol to it. Same with HBO. True, there were The Sopranos, but many of them now popular status symbolized shows were never ever famous. The Wire only became famous years after it concluded. It was never a celebrated golden era of TV. It's all from the viewpoint of now, it seems like that. HBO was just another channel like all the other channels. It wasn't the king of TV or even in a battle with Netflix.